Shalom, Kal Halayim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. As always, it's an honor and privilege to continue to do this work. It's breaking news. RT.com says 20 Indian soldiers killed, which India represents Elam, killed in clash with Chinese troops, which is Moab, in border area, Army says. At least 20 Indian Army soldiers have died in clashes with the Chinese forces over Galwan Valley, a disputed region north of Kashmir claimed by both Beijing and New Delhi. Beijing has not confirmed any reports of its casualties. The Indian Army initially confirmed the death of one officer and two soldiers, but issued an official statement on Tuesday evening adding that the 17 soldiers who have been critically injured were exposed to sub-zero temperatures in the high-altitude terrain and succumbed to their wounds. Indian media have reported claims that as many as 43 members of the Chinese People Liberation Army, PLA, have been killed or injured in the clashes which took place on Monday and Tuesday. Beijing has not released any official figures yet, however. This is goodwill from Beijing, tweeted Hun Zhaijin, editor-in-chief of the Chinese newspaper Global Times, adding that the Chinese side doesn't want people of the two countries to compare the casualties number so to avoid stoking public mood. I want to tell the Indian side, don't be arrogant and misread China's restraint as being weak. China doesn't want to have a clash with India, but we don't fear it, Hu added. Both sides suffered casualties that could have been avoided had agreement at higher level be scrupulously followed by Chinese side, the Indian Ministry of External Affairs said, blaming the clashes on the attempt by Chinese side to unilaterally change status quo here. India refers to the disputed region as Eastern Ladakh, while China calls it Aksa Chin. The area was once claimed by the princely state of Kashmir, annexed by India after its independence in 1947, and source of an ongoing dispute with the neighboring Pakistan as well. The region contains several strategic mountain passes, and a highway connecting Xinjiang and Tibet runs through one of them. India attempted to challenge Chinese de facto control of the area in 1962, but the month-long war ended in a decisive Chinese victory. So these are steps that is going to lead to these different skirmishes between these nations before they turn on America, man. Because the Most High's determination is to gather the nations. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? So now people in China and India or the surrounding region are probably thinking there's going to be an escalation in conflict, man. There's going to be a major war because those are major powers, that have nuclear capabilities, man. Shall there be evil in the city and Yahweh have not done it? So the Most High sanctioned 20 Indian soldiers and 43 Chinese soldiers to be killed allegedly until the figures become clear, man. But we already know that these things are supposed to happen. These are the signs of the beginning of sorrows, right? This is St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we've been hearing rumors of World War III all throughout the past maybe 20, 30 years. maybe since even the Cold War between the United States, which is the whore in the scriptures, and Russia, or formerly known as the Soviet Union, which is Gog and Magog, which that war is going to take place. That was the rumor of war, that was part of the rumors of war. And then you have certain other countries, Iran and the United States, all these different countries against the United States. Because it's only for so long that I'll say, demonic empire doesn't get confronted by those that it rules, man. You know? And Esau has ruled the nations with a continual stroke. And the nations are mad, man, because of that. This is verse 7. It says, for nations shall rise against nations. So now you got Elam rising up against Moab, and Moab rising up against Elam, man. And you see that this has been brewing for a few years already, if you've been paying attention with the news, man. It says, in kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences. See, you already have famines in the work. This society is not going to bounce back from the first lockdown behind COVID-19. Now you have a spike in cases and deaths recently after they lifted up the stay in place or stay at home orders, especially even in this region that I'm in right now, you have some of the highest totals, man. Pretty much really with the so-called nursing homes, which really they're not really nursing homes. This is somewhere you go to die at, man. You're when your family don't want to take care of you no more. It says in earthquakes in diverse places. And it's kind of interesting. I watched a video of a stampede of, some people say it was a marathon, whatever, but a migration of wildebeest or bison through the Yellowstone area. And I'm not saying that Yellowstone is going to erupt and cause a catastrophe or anything like that. But you got to look and learn from the animals, man. There's a lot of things happening, man. As Yahweh Shai approaches closer and closer to the earth, which he probably is already here, man. He just hasn't been given the order to make his appearance. It says all these are the beginning of sorrows. So these are the beginning of sorrows. That's why you're going to see these different nations nut up against each other, man. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares and the swords, and your pruning hooks and the spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Yeah, let the weak say, I am strong. So now you got all these different nations that were once deemed as be weaker in their defense and offense measures concerning war. Now they become strong. Now India could lose 20 soldiers, but still knock down 43 of the billion Chinese soldiers, It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Yeah, because that's where all these wars is going to lead to, man. They're going to lead to the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. Yahweh's Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's determination is to gather the nations, man, in war. This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me. And we're commanded to wait upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. We're not supposed to be out there involved, with any of the things that are of the wicked, man. This is their time, man. You know, it says, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Yeah, because the day that is approaching is a day that's gonna burn as an oven, man. This is Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. They ain't going to have any continuance, And that heat that is going to be caused in that day is going to be by thermonuclear fire, man. So with that, I hope at least one brother elect was edified, and I'm going to say shalom.